Stop procrastinating. And what's your excuse? Which of these three traits slows you down? This is my online toolbox providing weekly quick tips and reminders in all facets of marketing with an objective to help you grow your business with more quality leads, amplifying more quality. We do this with a hybrid of some education, giving you a strategy to support that education and implementation support too if you so need it. And we want to thank people again. We found out throughout the week we were one of the speakers at the IBS KBI show out in Vegas, and we were a little disappointed that there were more people that were there that just didn't get a chance to say hello to us. So we want to thank you, at least online. It would have been nice to shake your hand. But again, keep in mind that as we travel, we know some people know us for years, but it would have been nice to just shake your hand. But we still want to thank you one more time now that we're aware that 3 or 4 people were in the audience that just didn't have a moment to just say hello. But in any case, in the previous 2 weeks, we were working on different ways to help you with your brand enhancement. First, focusing in on your home page. Go back to that if you're looking to just have a quick freshen up. And then we were talking about the different ways to do a brand overhaul and replacing your website. There is multiple strategies, 2 different approaches in order to do that. We encourage you to go back to last week's episode in order to check that out. But now what we're realizing, we're in the start of the year and we go back to the same merry-go-round of the topic of procrastinating. And we like to ask people, since we hear, what's your excuse? This is psychology, by the way, but there's traditionally 3 different traits that traditionally will slow someone down. So if you find yourself as enhancing or utilizing these traits, try your best to make the change. So what we want to do is remind people that when you're a perfectionist, unfortunately, you try to do things perfectly. All the T's have to be crossed, all the I's need to be dotted, and it takes an unbelievable amount of effort. And simply not having a plan will simply not allow a perfectionist to move forward. You might be a worrier, and what happens is with worriers, you tend to be indecisive and unfortunately dependent on others for advice to give you reassurance before taking the initiative on your own. Usually worriers have a high resistance to change, and you rather be in the safety of the known, which may not be beneficial for your long-term objectives, but you can't just sit there and worry indefinitely about what you need to do. And then comes the dreamers. And just like a perfectionist, a dreamer might always be wanting something better. You have to train yourself to understand that there's a difference between dreams and goals, and approach goals with a few specific questions pertaining to the what, how, and when. Don't say soon or one day, because then nothing will happen. So what we want to do is remind you that change isn't easy. So there's even times with many my online toolbox clients that we get them off the ground. We work hard for 6 months to a year. We get the marketing going. And then we start to see this transition of being literally complacent. And a year or 2 goes by, and they're riding the wave of success from literally 2-3 years ago of effort. But there is this magic moment where that will make a negative impact when your dormancy catches up to your competitors who have been moving forward. So we want to remind people that we're here for you. So for at least the My Online Toolbox clients, that if you found yourself sitting in this dormancy for 6 months to up to 2 years, that seems to always be the average, reach out to us. Yes, we're going to have to revisit the marketing plan. Yes, we're going to have to revisit your competitors. Yes, we need to find out what projects have you never promoted correctly, and a whole bunch of checklist items, but that's the starting point. So please remember that even if you're riding on a wave of success, don't let marketing procrastination be part of your plan, because that will hit you at the wrong time when business begins to slow down. For new clients to get into our orbit, please just sign up for the basic education class. Yes, just have to give up 6 to 7 hours of focused time in a 1-month period to be able to focus in on what are you missing, especially when it comes to specifically website marketing. Everybody loves it. Please take a moment to educate yourself so you understand what everybody else is talking about. This is My Online Toolbox, providing weekly quick tips and reminders in all facets of marketing. And we want to remind you to start planning yesterday for next year's marketing and profits. Have a healthy week, and we will see you next week.